Okay. Okay. We're live. And of course, I knocked the thing down. So, right as I start, go figure, whatever. I am going to try to eat my food. My throat, that one spot in my throat is definitely letting me know it's very sore. So, it's just like it's right, like I can literally push on it right where it hurts. It's like right here. So it's not like down here, like this part of my throat doesn't hurt. It's right behind my jaw right here. And it's really quite annoying. Little one's going down a little early tonight. He didn't take a nap at all today. If you were here this morning with this morning's stream, he woke up at like 10:30. Or I should say he got up at 10:30. He woke up around 9:30, was like awake, but wasn't like ready to be up. But right around 10:30, he got up and stood up in his crib and was like, he's ready to get up. But yeah, but he didn't take a nap, of course. He never does. So he got to being really, really, like I'm talking like he was in fall apart mode. So she went ahead and took him upstairs. He's out. 6 minutes so far. She's been up there with him for 6 minutes. She when I took him up while I started getting this ready. So yeah. What? I made this pasta really al dente. I probably could have cooked the pasta just a little bit longer. But I think two things attributed to this dinner not coming out the way I thought it would. One, Carlo was screaming his head off. Anytime that I even went near the stove, he wanted nothing to do with me being away from him. He has been in a mood today. So, like, you guys, I don't know if you guys follow people on Instagram or TikTok or whatever. There's these people that go on there, multiple different people, but they talk about how the things that their kids get mad at, right? Things that children get mad at you for, really irrational stuff. And that was Carlisle today. He has these like little bands, right? Like the little bracelets that you get for like support this or support that or whatever. But with his advent calendar, he got two of them, red and green, and they're tire tread. All right, so they look like tire tread. Because it's all monster trucks in his advent calendar. And he wanted it on him. So I put it on his wrist for him. He got super mad because I put it on his wrist. Okay. So I took it back off, and that just put him into a full-blown meltdown. I was like, okay, I don't know what you want. So I sat it in front of him. He grabbed it and threw it because he was mad at that point. He doesn't understand how to express himself yet, like exactly what he's looking for. So I told him, I said, if you want your bracelet on, you need to go grab it and Grandma will put it on you. He goes and picks it back up and he hands it to me again. So I'm holding it. I said, what do you want with it? And so he tries to put his hand inside of it. So I open it and let him put his hand in. Apparently what he wanted me to do was just hold it. So he could take his hand and put it in and take it back out, put it back in, take it back out. He did this probably like 30 times. He just wanted to be able to put his arm through it at will without it staying on his arm. Okay, how was I supposed to know that, right? So after he was done doing that little endeavor, he wanted food. So I got food for him, and I thought he wanted to go into his chair. Well, I found out today that right now he's at that stage where he wants to run around and come take a bite of food when he feels like it. which, by the way, every parent goes through that stage with their kid where they're all over the place. They want to play and everything, but they don't want to sit still to eat. So sometimes you just have to go with what works. So he ate his entire bowl of food, his whole thing. He ate the whole thing. It took him half an hour, but he ate the whole thing, all while running around in the living room. Because put him in the car, in the high chair. Put him in the high chair and he went into full meltdown. Like just crying, was upset, was screaming. I keep thinking I got something in my tooth. So needless to say, it's been a day. Grandma and Carlisle have had a day together. So Sarah is now with him. She's had a nice long day. So she got home 4, and he, of course, I don't know, he's got this little thing that he's got going on right now where he only wants grandma right now. So even if I try to like walk out of the room or go to the bathroom or anything, he starts having a meltdown. So she has to be like on the floor in the living room with him to keep him from doing that. Even if she's sitting on the couch right next to him, he will go into meltdown mode. But if she sits on the floor with him, then he's chill with it. Oh, I was like, what was that? That's just her getting up. So yeah, it's been a day. So he is now asleep. He's calmed down. Look, I have the monitor right here. I keep the monitor with me because sometimes with how things go, sometimes she's not here in the evening. And then other times where if she is here in the evening and she goes to sleep, sometimes she sleeps a little bit harder than she would like. So he doesn't hurt, his cry doesn't wake her up. So I wake up to a pin noise, like a drop of a pin. I see that. But yeah, so that stays with me so that way I can alert her if he does wake up, or I can go get him because I am downstairs. So, but if you guys have been looking at posts I've made today, I did a couple of shorts on the channel today. One of them is Carlisle in his ball pit. He was playing in his ball pit, and I put on the claymation movie, and he immediately stopped and was like paying attention to it. And he kept asking, well, what? So apparently, like his big thing now is he says, what? So he kept asking as the movie was talking, what? Which was really cute. So I filmed him doing that. And then Toby and the dang pig toy, I was able to get the squeaker piece back into it because it had gotten knocked loose. I couldn't figure out how it was meant to go back together. I finally figured it out. But the first while he was playing with it, he didn't have the squeaky noise. But then the second time around, he had the squeaky noise. And so I posted both videos of me of him after he got the toy, after I fixed it. It was before and after. So it was before it was fixed and then after it was fixed. It was super funny. He's so big and he doesn't fit his legs right now. So he looks like, when you go through like your awkward teenage stage when you're growing up and you go through like that really awkward, like gangly looking stage where everybody goes through it. Like we all have this moment in time where we just look very unproportioned in our bodies, right? So like long legs and arms or whatnot. Me, I never had that problem because I am like all of 5 foot. But I did have a time in my life where I did look very unproportioned because at that time, I was really small. My head is still the same size as back then, but my body, like I was so skinny. I was like a little toothpick. I was a little pin. And my arms and legs looked like they were too long for me. Like my arms especially looked like they were too long for my body. Because I'm super short, but I kind of grew into my arms, even though I didn't do much growing, but everything's proportioned now. But back then, it was really weird to look back at some of my old pictures and be like, oh my gosh, I had I literally looked like I was just a little body with like noodles on it, just these little scrawny noodle string beanie things. Um, but yeah, back in the day when I was tiny, I mean, I'm still small, but like, I'm much thicker now than I was then, which I am a-okay with. But this goofball is over here sleeping. He's got a big cushy bed to sleep on, and guess where he wants to sleep? The concrete flooring in here. I'll never understand why dogs do that. Aw. Well, that's kind of sad, but hey, stuff happens. Don't be too hard on her. She's a busy person. Mm. And Sarah's advent calendar, it's got different stones in it, right? And from what it seems, you're supposed to get a finished and a raw and a finished or a refined piece of stone of each one of the ones that's shown. But for some reason, she now has gotten 4 pieces of quartz. And when you read what quartz is supposed to be used for, we both kept giggling. But today she finally got a piece of amethyst, which is beautiful. Like, so beautiful. We just thought it was funny that her advent calendar keeps giving her quartz when she doesn't need any more quartz. She was supposed to get some other things in there. So let's hope that she gets some more of the other beautiful stones that are in there. But yeah. So I made this pasta tonight. Right. It's rigatoni pasta, but the chicken is pan-seared chicken cooked in herbs and lemon. And then the sauce, there's a white cream sauce that's on this that is done with white cream and garlic. And then you, of course, toss it all together and add your parsley. Oh, I undercooked the pasta, so it's a little like a little more or less al dente, which al dente is supposed to still have that little snap to it, but not this much. The chicken, though, came out amazing. Oh, yeah, definitely getting fresh air is a good one. This chicken, though, is so good. The sauce is really good, but the pasta is just a little bit undercooked. It's not bad. It's just one of those things where it's just a little. I could have probably left it on there another minute, and it would have been just right. That sauce, though. That sauce is so good. Yeah, it's from our HelloFresh box. We just got the HelloFresh box today. I also need to get a hold of our delivery people that deliver to the property, because they did it again. They put this on the outside of the gate. It doesn't belong out there. We're a good distance from the front gate. So having to go all the way down to the front gate to get this, when it states on there the gate code, and to come up all the way to the front porch, and to place it on the big front porch, because the other residents on the property have access to this if you don't come up to the porch. Leaving it at the front gate doesn't mean no good. So anybody, thank goodness the people we have here on the property are really awesome. And James let me know, hey, there's a box out here for you. And I was like, it's HelloFresh. I'll come down and get it. But yeah, that's kind of annoying when you have all the information for delivery and they don't follow it, or it doesn't get relayed through. So like HelloFresh sends the order out, right, to, I think we do it through FedEx. Every time we get it, it's through FedEx. So if you're sending our delivery to FedEx, you need to send all the instructions to FedEx as well. I don't know. You know, those lemon peels left a very sour taste, a very bitter sour taste. I'm not a happy camper with the, like they have you pan sear thinly sliced lemon, peel and all, before you make the sauce, which is fine. And they have you throw those lemon slices on top of the dish as a garnish. Well, anything that those touched, it left that very strong, bitter lemon peel taste on it. So every now and again, I keep getting one of those, and I'm like, yo, this is so good. Oh, that sauce got like on the inside of the noodles. It's so delicious. I think I would have left the parsley out. Had I known I wasn't going to like the parsley, I would have left it out. But hey, you live and you learn. This is the first time well, not first time, but first time in a long time that I've made one of these that I'm just like, would I order this again? No. Would I buy the ingredients to like maybe possibly make this in a bit of a different fashion? Yeah. I would definitely change a few things up with the way that they did this and the way it was cooked. Starters, I would never pan sear the lemon with the peel on, and make that sauce, because I mean, the sauce is good. Don't get me wrong. The sauce is actually good, but every now and again you get that really hit of bitter lemon peeling. Like it tastes like a lemon peel, and it's not a pleasant one. So what I would probably do is zest the lemon, so that you're just using the zest, like the outer part of the lemon, and cook that into the sauce. Because every time we've done that with the white sauce, it's perfection. And I wouldn't pan grill the onion slice, or the lemon slices. Not my. But then again, there's people out there who would love that. Some people really like that bitter bite in their food. I'm not one of them. And then cool part is I got $10 cashback rewards using my card through their shopping app, which is really, really awesome. I did not expect that to happen. So I'm really happy with that. That's really cool. Yeah, y'all delivered it all right, but you didn't deliver it to the right place. The right property, but not the right place on the property. I think that's everything. So, but if you guys have been watching the channel or get alerts from the channel, I uploaded 3 shorts today. And I also posted it on Instagram. And Sarah keeps talking about getting this neck tattoo. I don't know. I mean, it's her body, her choices. Tattoos are beautiful. So, I mean, I have a tattoo on my back. Right? Just leave them in the boxes that come from Amazon and throw it out there. You'll be good. I don't think anybody's posted about that dog missing, like at all. I've only seen the person posting that they found the dog. Oh, that's a pretty dog right there. Oh, I watched her earlier. Oh my God, you guys. I watched something earlier. Carlisle and I were chilling out on the couch when he had one of his little chill out moments. And they were talking about, the person was talking about how they, sorry, it's sad, like trigger warning, but infant loss or child loss, whatnot. But the lady was talking about how she gave birth to twins, and then her one twin, her little girl, um, ended up having a seizure the day that they were packing up, from the hospital. So 24 hours after she was born, they were packing up to leave the hospital, and the baby had a seizure, and everything kind of went downhill from there. And for 8 months, this baby stayed in the hospital in the NICU fighting for its life, and sadly didn't make it. Yeah. And so she had these beautiful memorial styled frames made and a picture of her daughter placed inside of them, and handed those out to their immediate family. So like grandma and grandpa on both sides of the family, and their own for themselves at home. So the mother's parents put up this beautiful memorial thing at their house with the beautiful frame, and had this little candle thing set up underneath. It just looked gorgeous. And it's a thing that's been there for a couple of years. Like they've had it up for a couple of years at this point. And her sister had a baby, and ended up naming the child the same name as her niece, the niece's name. So she named her baby after her sister's baby. Then you think, oh, that's so sweet. No, it's not. Because she named her daughter after her sister's daughter, who is now passed. So she gave her daughter her now deceased niece's name, and asked her parents to take down the memorial in their home of her sister's child and whatnot, because she doesn't want her daughter to grow up thinking that, or being uncomfortable with the fact that there's a picture of her deceased cousin on the wall with candles and everything, but they have the same name. You should have thought about that before you named your child the same name as your sister's child. Not only that, but why didn't you discuss this with your sister first before naming your child after her? Because honestly, I don't think I could handle if I had a niece or a nephew that had the name of my deceased child. So every time someone called out that child's name, you had to relive and re-go through the fact that you're not the one calling that name out. You're not the one saying that name to your child. Like you're not correcting your child or playing with your child or hearing your child's laughter when that name is called. And like, there's millions of names in this world to choose from. And you chose to name your child after your sister's deceased baby. And now you want to have a fit because, like, her parents, of course, told her absolutely not, that they weren't removing it, and that she should have thought about that before she named her kid. Because apparently nobody was in agreement with her naming her. Like, it'd be different if you gave your child your niece's name as a middle name, as in a way of honoring her, but as her first name. You gave your baby the same first name as your sister's baby. I don't understand that. And then to tell your sister she needs to move forward and quit dwelling on a child that is dead and start honoring the one that's alive. Excuse me? Like, wait, what? Yeah, no. I heard that and I was like, I can't believe that people really are like that in this world. Like, what? Oh, no. I can't even imagine doing that to someone. I think that's why people gate guard their kids' names while they're pregnant. Because there's people out there who will, out of spite, take a name that they know that you are wanting for your child, and they will use it for a pet or for their own child or whatever, especially if they're having theirs before you. Which to me just sounds so childish. Yeah. Didn't you get to see him today? I thought you went to see him today. Mm. Oh, okay. Or is that because you guys didn't make it to the Christmas party? Okay, that makes more sense. But I had a couple things I wanted to do today. Didn't get done today, but that's okay. We're good to go. I'm glad I did get all of this done, which is really nice that this stuff got done. But now I just got to get all the dishes finished because for some reason it's like you blink and we have a bunch of dishes dirty again. And I'm like, for reals? I feel like I'm constantly chasing dishes and it's quite annoying. Also, I got my order from my friend. She has a page called Freeze Dried on the side. And if I'm correct, they're in Washington. But I made an order with her for honey, bit of honey and peach rings for my stocking. Because if you guys know anything, like you guys know that I don't have like my kids they're older and stuff, but like I don't expect them to put stuff in my stocking and stuff like that. So I usually always put a couple things in there that I want to have for, the first couple of weeks after Christmas. So I got myself a treat. I got myself the freeze dried bit of honey and peach rings. And in that, she threw in her little Christmas gift that she throws in to all the people that ordered from her. And it is freeze dried marshmallows. Now, I'm not a marshmallow person. However, I like Lucky Charms, right? So I like Lucky Charms. I think Lucky Charms are delicious. And the little marshmallows that are in Lucky Charms don't taste like marshmallow. They're not that little spongy, sticky, airy, bubbly type texture. They're freeze dried, and I like that. Well, these are freeze dried marshmallows, and she even freeze dried Peeps, like the big marshmallowy Peeps. Now, I personally am not going to eat that big old thing, but the little marshmallows that are in there that she freeze dried, those are actually pretty decent. They taste like what you would expect out of if you were eating Lucky Charms. So not too shabby. Good call on that. And I would think that probably doesn't take as long to freeze dry marshmallows as it does like the big sticky candies. Like I remember when she was doing like all of her testing and all that kind of stuff to see what would work and what wouldn't. She really struggled at first with the peach rings. And then once she got it down and she figured out which ones worked the best, they are absolutely fantastic. I love them. They taste amazing. And it's like the only way I'll eat peach rings now is through the freeze dried ones. They're so good. They're so good. Mm-hmm. I'm done with that for now. I just bit into another piece of that really overly bitter lemon part. Mm-mm. Not fun. You know the worst part about that spot that's hurting is it doesn't hurt every single time. It's like hit or miss. Drink the water, no effect. No pain, no nothing. Take a couple bites of food, totally fine. No problem. Do that. And that hurt. Also, if I turn this way and do it, it doesn't hurt. If I turn that way, it does. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with my throat on that spot. But hopefully tomorrow it'll be gone. It'll feel better. Sarah said something earlier. She goes, could it possibly be that you have a what do they call it, a tonsil stone? I guess she's what she called it, a tonsil stone. She's like, you still have your tonsils, right? I was like, yeah. She goes, you could have a tonsil stone. Don't know what that is, so I'll look it up. But I know that your lymph nodes are right here, like in your neck area and stuff. And it could be one of those because I could technically have a cold that I just don't know that I have. I don't have any fever. I don't feel like I have a cold. I don't have a stuffy nose. I don't have a cough. You know, like, can you get a cold and not know you have a cold? Does it work like that? Other than like this little, and it's literally like right here. Like I can push on it and feel the little stabby feeling. And if I push up on it when I swallow, no pain at all. But I can feel it from this side. So it's really like, it's so weird. It's like right under my chin right there. So I don't know. It's like right behind my jawline. I honestly don't know. So, and I don't want to call and drive all the way out to my doctor who is in Las Vegas, by the way. So now I have a doctor, but they're in Vegas. I don't have anybody local yet. They still haven't found someone local that takes the VA coverage, my VA it's TRICARE coverage. So could you come out from under there, please? Thank you. I don't even know how you got under there. So yeah. So I'm kind of excited for the holidays to get here, like for actual Christmas Day, so we can open everything up so I can really look at the stuff that I got. Because I made sure to really just not go into the details. I knew what I wanted. I put it on my little shopping list of things that I wanted. And of course, when you're looking on your phone, the item that you're looking at is like this big, right? They're like this big on the screen. So as you can see, like, you know, the screens are this big. So like the items are tiny. So I can't really see detail. I just knew what I was looking for and what I was wanting. So I put those on my list. One of the items Jay got for me, and the other one Neil got for me. So Neil got me the Lego, and Jay got me the 4D puzzle. They're both of Hogwarts castles. So I'm really excited about that. Now, I don't even know yet because I have not looked at the details. I don't know if the 3D puzzle one is going to have the boathouse and the massive grand stairway that goes all the way winding down to the boathouse. So I don't know if it's going to have that on there or not. Hi, baby. What happened? Oh. But so yeah, I don't know any of the details on it. Like I haven't looked at any of like the intricate and like inner workings of it. But I already have one piece that I'm really excited about to put up with all my Harry Potter stuff. I got to go outside and get my little guys from my advent calendar from a couple years ago because they're really, really cool. So I'm going to put those up here as well. And then I have a Thestral pulling a cart, one of the Hogwarts carts, with a little baby Thestral and a couple of characters. So we've got, I think it's Luna and Harry. So I have those ones over there. So I got to bring that over here and put that on the stand because it is stinking cute. So I have that one. But other than that, I don't really have too much Harry Potter stuff. And I'd like to build up a bit of a collection with it. So I have all my Twilight stuff. You guys, by the way, I went online and was looking at like all the Twilight options, like Twilight stuff. You can't find that stuff anywhere. There's also really not a lot of Twilight like merch or memorabilia or whatnot. There's little replica things, a couple of items, but they're not like anything really cool. Like I have the ring. So I have the engagement ring and the wedding band, like hers and Edward's wedding band set. I have one Funko Pop doll, and it's Edward which is kind of sad. I have this beautiful porcelain doll that's she's just a basic doll. However, when you read the description in the book of Rosalie Hale, of Rosalie's character, you find like all this beauty about the era in which she lived. And this doll, I call her the Rosalie doll. She looks like the description of Rosalie from the book. And she's just a beautiful, beautiful doll. And then when they did the movie and they did the part where Rose is walking through town on Royce King's arm, like the way her hair is done and everything, it's done like this doll's hair. And I was like, oh my God, what were the odds that I'd get this doll, that I'd find this doll? And she would look so much like Rosalie from Twilight, from the books, not the movie, not the movies. Nikki Reed is gorgeous. Do not get me wrong. Nikki Reed is absolutely stunning, but the doll looks like what the book description is. So, yeah, but I'm kind of disappointed that they couldn't do a better job on Nikki Reed's wigs for the Twilight Saga. There's even some really bad wigs in Eclipse with Bella. You guys have there's times where you're like watching it and you're like, oh, that looks really good. And it was because the wig was really good. And then there's other times where you're like, what is going on with Bella's hair? Right? Like what is happening in the scene? And it almost takes you out of the scene during the movie. There's a couple of times. The wig is so bad. Thank goodness she was able to do these really beautiful like extensions and stuff in her hair for the Breaking Dawn movies, which worked out so much better because the wigs they used for Eclipse were so bad. And there's a reason they used wigs on her because at that time she had jet black hair, very short jet black hair. And that's because she was just finishing up playing Joan Jett in the Runaways movie. So I was like, oh my gosh, y'all could have done something else. Like, I don't know, stripped her hair out of the black and maybe done some, like there was a couple of times where they filmed, and as you guys know, films aren't done in chronological order, right? They're not filmed from start of the movie to the end of the movie. They're shot when they're going to be on a location. They shoot all the scenes that are going to happen in that location at the same time. So let's say there's a bedroom scene, right? Let's say there's 8 bedroom scenes throughout the entire movie. They're going to film all 8 bedroom scenes while they're there in the bedroom. So they're going to be filmed completely out of order. And so there's going to be times where as they got further into filming, they got better at the wig. And so all the scenes with the better wig are spaced throughout the movie. So, and they're not in order from beginning to end. They're just randomly in there, right? So depending on how the scenes fall, you get moments where she's got a good wig and other moments where you're like, what the heck happened? That's so bad. So yeah. Grant, oh my goodness. Hello. How are you? So yeah, I just thought it was super funny though. But yeah, you can't find, like, I wanted to see if I could find the Funko Pop dolls from the Twilight Saga of the Twilight characters. Aw, hopefully you'll be able to get some sleep soon. But right now, my goal is I'd love to get the Volturi. I would love to get, of course, Bella and Jacob, because I don't have that. I don't think they ever made a Renesmee doll. And I'd love the entire Cullens, right? The whole clan. She shared a reel with me. I'll have to watch that later on. But yeah, I would love to get all of the Cullens, but they didn't make those, by the way. When they made the Funko Pops, they only did the 3 main characters, right? So I think they did Jacob, Bella, and Edward. They did Edward as just the regular Edward, and then they did Edward in his bridal suit, like in his wedding suit, in his groom's clothing. Then they have Bella in her, I guess, vampire state, and Bella in her wedding dress. And then they have Jacob, they have shirtless Jacob, and then they have, I think, New Moon Jacob, which is when he had the longer hair and the funny, like bluish gray, greenish gray shirt on. One. And so, and then they do have a Jane of the Volturi. But I haven't seen any of the other ones. And I've searched and searched and searched to see if we could find them, whatnot. Can't find them anywhere. As well as the replica dolls, right? Like the little action figure dolls, the little tiny ones. Because if you try to order the ones that are made by Mattel, the Barbie looking ones, they don't look anything like the characters. They're just Barbie and Ken done up like the three main characters of Twilight. They don't have any of the other characters, by the way. Mattel didn't do any of the other characters in the show at all, just those three. Whereas if you do anything Harry Potter wise, if you go into all the things that have to do, God, I just got the chills so bad. If you go into any of the things that have to do with Harry Potter, every character you can think of, there's something made of them. You've got ones of Dolores Umbridge, you've got Dementor, you've got Luna and Neville, and like all of the big main group, right? Ginny Weasley, the Weasleys, Fred and George, all of them, like all these characters that were super integral parts of the series, they're all there. Like you can find bits and pieces of them and things to remember them by. Like the wands, when you collect the wands, you have like everybody, Cho Chang, who else is in there? You've also got Peter Pettigrew's wand. You've got Voldemort's wand. Voldemort. There's no T on the end of that. Oh, nice. Yeah, see, that's awesome. So yeah, it's really crazy. If you go back, you can find just about anything Harry Potter themed, like anything. And memorabilia, you can go to it's called Cinereplicas. They have anything and everything Harry Potter wise, they've got, right? They've done replicas of these things. So like Rowena Ravenclaw's lost diadem, the beautiful diadem. They've got an amazing, gorgeous replica of that you can order. They've got all the different wands. They've got the ones from Fantastic Beasts. They've got the ones from all three of the Fantastic Beasts movies. They've also got all the Harry Potter collection ones, so like a whole range of them. So you got Death Eater wands, you've got the what they call the Golden Trio and the Silver Trio. If you wonder who that is, you got the Golden Trio, which is Harry, Ron, and Hermione. You got the Silver Trio, which is Luna, Neville, and Ginny. Those are the ones that you see together. You find them in the books and stuff like that as that sixth set. So they're all together. So yeah, it's crazy when you look at what you can get Harry Potter wise versus the things that are even available for Twilight. Like they just never branched out on the Twilight things. They never really dove headfirst into it to really push the fandom. And now, of course, there's a bigger fandom out there. Like there's more people now that are just coming upon it. And I think like with the younger generation that's just now like reading, or they're not even reading it, they're just seeing the movies of Twilight. They're missing a lot of information for one, but every one of them talks about all the red flags. Yes, okay, if we want to look at this from a perspective of, is this something that could possibly influence a young mind? Yes, if you are not self-aware and if your parents haven't taught you about what's that reality and fantasy are two separate things, right? And that even though things happen in fantasy worlds, like I mean, geez, there's a lot of things that happen in when you watch anime and stuff that aren't even nowhere near possible to happen in like actual human life. And then you talk about real life. If you just watch Twilight for what it is a fantasy tale, right? It's just a tale. It was from someone's deep dream. Stephenie Meyer had a dream one night about a young girl who was in the middle of self-discovery, and she was being, I guess, she was enamored by this very different boy, this creature of a boy. who, of course, ends up becoming what Stephanie ends up deciding is a vampire. Hi, Jesse. Um, and so this whole thing was done from a dream. It's a dream. It's a fantasy. It's not reality. It's not based in reality. There's nothing real about it. And so, is there things in there that are like creepy? Well, how are you doing? I'm doing good, actually. How are you? Um, so yeah, I mean, there's some things in there, like if you look at it from behind, like outside of things, if you read the books, it's very different in the books. Bella is not such a oogly googly in the books about Edward. I guess that would be the right way to put it. She's very self-aware in the books. Like she puts him in his place a few times. You don't see that at all in the movies. She just seems like this girl that's lost in, ooh, oh, Edward, a vampire. Oh my God. That's not how she is in the books. I was, what? Huh? Why? Hold on. I'll be right back, guys. Give me a second. Oh, I was like, I thought that was what it was. They're right next to you. Always will be. I know. As I back away as the door closes slowly. Yeah. You get a scary feeling that I was on the set of Wednesday. Really? Oh my God. See, that would be, I couldn't even imagine. Like, I had a dream the other night, and I don't know the whole dream. Like, I just get little glimpses of bits and pieces. And I was like, we were we were somewhere in some mass desert, um, featuring I love Jenna Ortega. She is really talented. I really, really enjoyed watching her on screen. Sarah and I watched Wednesday, and very well done. Very well done. Um, I won't say nothing on here because of spoilers. So I won't say nothing on here, but you got your tree up? Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, we have a little tree. And I also put my Harry Potter ornament. I don't know if you noticed it, Sarah. I put the Harry Potter ornament on the tree. I got that Harry Potter ornament a couple years ago, and I've never hung it. Emma Myers. I'm not sure if I know her. Is she the one that plays in Wednesday as well? The young little blonde one? I don't know. Did you see what I put on the tree? Did you see what I put on the tree on the star? Harry catching the snitch. Yes. So yeah, the little blonde one that plays Wednesdays. Roommate. Yeah. I was like, I think that's who that is. His little face, he's like, what is she doing? He's all over his shoulder. He's such a little brat. He so needs a haircut, like so desperately needs. I know, right? He's just a big ball of fur. He's just this big floof. I'm losing to a rug. Yeah, he's good. He's actually sleeping right now. So I wonder if he's done for the night. Probably. He was so tired. I said, I think he's probably done for the night. He was so tired. He finally just gave up. I know. I sat here and watched you with him. I was like, just waiting for him to like not freak out. You know, it only took you 6 minutes to get him to sleep, right?
It took me less than that yesterday.
I know you did. You got him to sleep yesterday in like 3 minutes.
That's what I told him.
Yeah, it was like 3 minutes, and he was done. Tonight, 6 minutes. We're working on getting him to not hold our hand when he goes to sleep, you guys. That's a thing that's like the next big step. We don't mind sitting in there with him. Like we've got the chair in there now so that we can sit in his room while he knows that we're still available to him and we're there. But we're trying to break the habit of him always wanting to hold like our finger or our hand or play with our nails or whatnot to go to sleep with. What did you just do? It just flew in there. It's like coming through. Yeah, he sleeps in his own crib. Like he is crashed out. You can't see him, but I'll kind of show. Like he is in his own crib. He's sleeping. Yeah, he's been sleeping in his own crib though since he was little. He's always just been very stubborn and always wanted someone right next to him. And then to top that off, he has been sleeping by himself in his own room. Gosh, we started him doing that before Halloween. So I think beginning of October, we got him his crib and started putting him in his room by himself, sitting with him until he falls asleep and then leaving the room. And ever since then, he is now, ever since we got him in his, huh? Yeah, getting out of the bedroom is the sketchy part. That's the part you got to really make sure he's asleep before you walk out. Yeah. Yeah. Just remember though, Grant, wanting to meet people that you absolutely adore on screen, just remember they're not the same people in person as what you see on screen. What you see on screen is a persona, it's a character, whatnot. It is well known that there are quite a few people, and I have met a couple who are definitely not nice people in person. Or they're kind of just like very, about things in person. So, yeah, he's been sleeping in there, like I said, at 15, 16 months old, we finally got him to where he sleeps in his own room. And then to top that off, right after we finally got it to where he would sleeping in his own crib in the room, he started sleeping 12 hours a night. And now he sleeps 12 hours every night. Like he goes to sleep, and like right now he'll probably not get up until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. If he stays on the trend, I should say, because I might just shoot myself in the foot tonight for that one. But well, the other night he went to sleep so stinking early, and there was nothing we could do about it. He was done, and he woke up at 8:15 and did not go back to sleep until 11 o'clock at night. I know. I was like, oh.
He was refusing.
Yeah, he was like, no, I have my second wind. And we're like, no, you don't. You're going to sleep. Oh my God, that was a rough night.
It wasn't him like whining or crying and shit. Only when I took my hand away.
Yeah, it was just the.
When he would just lay there. He was laying there watching
Yeah.
TV, and that was it. I'm like,
Oh yeah, no, there's a lot of people that would love to meet certain people. Like for me, one person I would love to meet in person and just tell them thank you for always just being you and not giving two shits what the public thinks. Kristen Stewart, I would love to just shake her hand and tell her that I admire her for the way the way she lives, the way she chooses to live, the way she chooses to pick the movie roles that she does. She doesn't want to be what people want her to be, and she never has. And I've always loved that about her. Every interview she does, she's very awkward, and that's just who she is. You get a lot of actors who take training.
I know that your throat hurts. Do you want to try it? I know your throat hurts, but do you want to try it?
Yeah, I can try it. I've never tried it. It probably tastes just like an orange creamsicle. Ma'am, there's a gate there. I just don't know if you want to eat off the spoon after me. I don't know what I've got going on.
Oh well. I don't have tonsils, so if you have tonsillectomy, you can
Oh my God. That's really good. It's
I don't
orange.
like you.
It's orange Fanta with
Vanilla
vanilla
ice
ice cream. She said, I don't like you. Well, every time he's out running loose in here, he barrels her over. Like he acts like she's not an object in the house. Like
he'll stand behind me and just get this close to my ass and go. I'm like,
yeah, he does the little jaw clack. He's not trying to bite. He just makes this jaw clacky noise, like as if though it's just going clack, 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 clack. He does it to her all
you
the time.
good?
No, I know that's totally understandable. But yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna turn everything off out here.
Yeah,
Love you.
go ahead. Love you. I just shoved all his toys to one side for right now. I was like, I'm not organizing them right now. But good night, baby. But yeah, so it was just, it's one of those things where I've listened to some people that have talked about like certain celebrities that are out there who are so, oh my God. Kristen, she just left, honey. She just went upstairs to go to bed. So, yeah, Toby bought like she gets so irritated with him because whenever he's running loose and whatnot, he gets right up behind her and will just stay right behind her. So when she's trying to move around, she can't move easily because she's got to like watch and not fall over him. It's yeah, he's a puppy, so he loves to get right up underneath you. Um, Is it? So, yeah. But Carlisle, though, he has been sleeping in his own room on his own for, like I said, since right around the first week of October, which has been fantastic. It has allowed all of us to get a bit better sleep at night, even though I still suffer with insomnia. So there's nights where I still don't get any sleep, even when there's nothing keeping me from sleeping. And then other nights where Goofy right here and my paper roll, Goofy over here decides to have the nose whistles going on. I don't know what it is. We're actually going to take him up to the vet because I at this point, like, something's got to give because I don't know what's causing him to do that. Like right now, he's not doing it. He's actually kind of chilled out today after months of us listening to him do that. He's chilled out today, and I don't know if maybe this had something to do with it. This is just a paper roll, right? It doesn't hurt. It's literally paper, right? It's just a roll of paper, very thin. It's just paper. But every time he started up today or tried to get in the baby's face or whatnot, I would go against the countertop or the little gate or whatnot right next to him, and it'd catch his attention and get his attention off of the baby. Because our biggest thing is and whatnot. So a little bit of the giggles, yeah. So today, I've been using this as a distraction tactic. So not touching him with it, but like items around him to draw his attention towards where the sounds coming from. And so this has worked wonders today. I was able to get him to come outside earlier because he decided to have an accident on the floor. And so I was like, are you kidding me? And I hit the thing and he immediately stopped and ran for the bedroom. I'm like, he knows how to go out the dog door. Like he knows how to use the dog door. He just gets caught up sometimes and you have to really watch him. So he started peeing on the floor in the kitchen. So I stopped him midway what he was doing and distracted him out the door by using this to tap along the table, and him wanting to get away from the noise went out the dog door. And so I was able to do that. I was able to clean up the floor. This best tool ever, and it's just a stupid piece of paper. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep this with me for now. I think it's a great little tool that I have now acquired. And then on top of it, that whistling noise, he was doing it earlier, and every time he started, I bopped the gate over here, or when we were out in the living room, I bopped the tabletop, and then he immediately stopped and looked at me. So each and every single time he started the noise, I popped the table, and he was like, so after about 5 or 6 times that happened, he stopped doing it altogether. So maybe, I don't know yet. We'll see. He has a bad habit of starting it at like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. I close my door in here, and then he just has the room to roam around in when we go to bed at night. And this goof right at about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, starts that whistle noise. It's not a puppy whining noise like, when he wants company. It's this high pitched, like he's blowing a whistle through his nostrils. And he starts that, and he just does it with every breath. And as he blows out, it's this high pitched whistle. And he does it over and over and over because he has his noise that he makes when he whines, when he's upset or when he needs to go out or whatnot. He whines, like we know his whine. That whistle sound that he does, oh my God, it's so high pitched, like it makes you go like this when he does it. You're like, stop, stop, stop. It's so loud. We don't know why he does it or why it keeps happening. Even when we're out walking, he does it. Like I think it's just surely out of excitement that he does it. So we're trying to work on him not doing that. Jay's doing good. Yeah, he's doing good. He was supposed to travel up here about a week and a half ago and wasn't able to because he had some testing that he had to do for his heart. So, but yeah, this little bean, he is, oh God, sound asleep in his jammies. And he is an Eskimo, by the way, that child. So upstairs right now, it is at 73 degrees. Now, as the night goes on, that'll get colder up there because he likes it like an ice box. And if you turn the heater on to make up and keep it at 73 degrees, it goes just above that and it bothers him. So he's not a fan of it getting warm. So this little dude is like a pure Eskimo. So down here, I'm able to turn the heat on. But that stupid dog door right there, this goofball, I just bought myself, this goofball over here chewed the magnetic, tore the magnetic strip off the bottom of the door. So now the flaps don't stay closed. So if there's even a slight gust, it pulls that open, right? Just pulls it wide open. And at night over here, like right now, let's see, 8 o'clock at night, what are we at? It's not going to be very cold right now. Okay, maybe it is. It's 59 degrees outside. For us, that's cold. Excuse you thing. Tonight, it's supposed to drop into the 40s. Okay, so it's supposed to get into the low 40s tonight. This one decides he likes running back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. He has this bad habit that he started about a month and a half, 2 months ago, where he goes out the doctor, back in the doctor, out the doctor, back in the doctor. And he does this like 20 passes of just booking it hardcore. And it is one, really loud when he goes out the door and back in. And two, it lets all the cold air in, right? Every ounce of cold air just comes rushing through there. And my bedroom gets to being freezing at night, freezing. I have 4 blankets on my bed to try to keep me from freezing and shivering my butt off all night because Goofball over here has decided that the dog door is not something he wanted as a whole piece. So we did order a new dog door. So I have a whole new dog door going in. Talked about that this morning. It's going to be the size up from this one. And then it's got a triple flap. Actually, it's got the one on each end, right? The one on the outside of the house, the one on the inside of the house. And then there's a center flap in the middle. That's a bit thicker, but also meant to be there to hold in place if one or the other ones isn't working properly. Kind of help keep the elements out because this one right here, he is pretty destructive. Like he actually pulled the outer door piece, right? The dog door frame. He pulled the whole thing off the house. And I was like, why is it so cold in here? I could not figure out what was going on and why that internal flap, the indoor portion here, was just blowing inward. I was like, what is happening? So I went around to go into the dog run and look, and it's on the ground outside, the whole thing. And he has destroyed the plastic barrier that you screw into the house. That part, he destroyed it. So I had to put like, what do you call it? Weather stripping stuff, put that on there, then set that the actual piece against there, and then I added these extension hooks onto it, and then we drilled those into the house, into the spots where they belonged, to hold that one in place till the new one gets here, so that we could at least keep the weather out of the house because he's crazy. He's a 6-month-old puppy who is massive, and yeah, he cracks me up because he is so big. And yeah, oh, never like I'm so sure that there's more in this dog's breed than what we were told. I'm not mad about it, like at all. I did not expect him to be as big as he is. But I mean, it's a benefit and a curse, but it's a benefit. The curse part is because he is so big and he's so young right now that he just is unaware of his size. And because he's so unaware of his size, we can't let him in the same space as the baby. They can be in the same room together, but there's a dividing gate between them to keep Carlisle from getting injured. Not that Toby would hurt him on purpose, but because Toby is so big, he doesn't know that he's as big as he is. And he just wants to play and have fun. And his biggest thing is that he does swipe his paws out, and his feet are like, his paws are like this big. Okay. His paw could fit like my whole face. Probably just about it. Like when he stands, his paws literally look as big as my hand. They're massive. He has the most, like, they're huge. He is 60 pounds. He is 6 months old and he is 60 pounds now. And probably a little bit more than that now because he got weighed a week and a half ago. So it was a week and a half ago, he was 60 pounds. And he is 6 months old. So he's huge. He's huge for a 6-month-old puppy. The vet calculates that he's going to be somewhere around 95 to 100 pounds at full grown. We were not expecting that big of a dog. We were expecting a dog that was going to be somewhere around 60 to 70 pounds full grown, like Tonks' size. He's bigger than Tonks already. Like he's already bigger than what Tonks was at full grown. So he is a big boy. As a matter of fact, I will show you the picture I took of him today, which actually had me giggling. This is him, of course, playing at the gate. He's on the step. So that's the staircase going upstairs. That is Toby. Like I said, 6-month-old puppy. He's huge. So yeah, that is a big dog. So he's so cute. But yeah, he is very big. Oh my goodness, these videos of Sarah and Carlisle yesterday are so dang funny. Oh, by the way, I filmed him. I will never share this with the internet, but I filmed him and sent it over to Sarah. We were all sitting down in the living room the other night, and Sarah needed to get up to go use the bathroom. And Carlisle was already having a fit before she went to go use the bathroom. As soon as she went around the corner, he went into full-blown screaming fit. So I turned on the phone and I was like, are you really going to have a fit because mommy went potty? And also because mommy told you no? Because she was trying to type something. She's filling out some paperwork on her phone and she's trying to type and he kept smacking her phone. And she was like, Carlisle, please, mommy needs to do this. And so she's trying to do that and he kept doing it. And so she got up and she's like, okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom first and whatnot. So she walked around and he lost it. He got so mad because she told him he couldn't smack the phone. And then she removed herself from the situation so she could finish what she was doing. So I turned on the camera and I started filming him and I'm like, oh, you're going to have a fit? Are you having a fit? What about? And so then I was like, so are you mad because mommy told you couldn't hit the phone? Yes. And he starts talking to me and realizes that I have my phone up. And so he starts talking to the phone and starts talking to the camera and stuff. And I was like asking him, so what did you think was going to happen? You can't just keep hitting things and be upset because you're hitting stuff. So, oh my God, I should put this one on. I forgot I had this little video of him going bonkers. Little goofball. Oh my God. But watch, I have a picture, so I'll show you real quick. Oh my God, that one spot, that hurts so bad when I do that. Go all the way back, all the way back, all the way back. I look back at that and he looks so tiny. He's so not tiny. Okay, so this was the day I got Toby. So that's Toby at 9 weeks old. Okay, so that's the little puppy we brought home. Little guy, right? Little guy. So cute. Literally, not even kidding you. Just a couple weeks later. So we got him. Let me see here. What day did I bring him home? Go back up here. Go to here. The day I brought him home was, I got him on September 20th, right? No, that was the day we did the second picture. So the day I brought him home, where's that video I have of him? The day we brought him home. 1 second, I'll tell you guys. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Right? We got him on August 9th. So August 9th to September 20th. Okay, so we got him on August 9th. Oh gosh, go to the spot. Okay. And then on September 20th, at 15 weeks old, oh gosh, I keep hitting the wrong button. At 15 weeks old, this is the puppy this was 5 weeks later, right? Or 6 weeks later. So this was 6 weeks later. He went from where did the dang thing go? So he went from that tiny thing to that massive thing in 6 weeks. Like, huge difference. Then where's that one I have? I can't share that other one. And then a week later, so another week later at 16 weeks old, that was Toby. Those feet, oh my gosh. So that was him at 16 weeks old. And then I took a picture of him. This was, oh God, that's so funny. I need to get a picture of him in there again, if I can. And then a couple weeks back, I took him to go get groomed. This was in October. And that's when they cut all the excess hair away from his face. Look at that little handsome dude. So that's with all the excess hair cut off of his face. He looks so clean. Oh, he even looks tiny in these pictures. So he's grown even massively since then. Yeah, it's just crazy. And then now we've got him at 6 months old. I took this picture of him so people can see like him next to me. And this is him, like I said, that's him at 5 months old. So that's me and Toby. So you can see like how big he is next to me. He's huge. He's a huge boy. Like, he's a big boy. Just blows my mind at how big he is. Those paws, man. Oh my goodness. He's so stinking cute. I can't with him. But yeah, today he was just having so much fun with that damn squeaky toy. If you guys haven't had a chance, go check it out. I posted him playing today with his toy as a short. So if you want to see that video and hear the sound to that, it's on the channel. But yeah, he's just, I cannot believe how big he is. Like, I think my mind gets blown every time I look at the size of him. He is so big, y'all. But yeah, so he's a bit crazy because he's a puppy, but I've never been happier in the sense of when it comes to other pups that I've had that have been so hard to work with and so hard to train. He's a bit crazy. Yes, he's a puppy, but he's also super like easy to teach commands to. Like, he picks up on commands so good. Like, he's so fast to pick things up. Yeah, he's huge. Like that's a big dog. And so the vet wants us to go ahead and do a DNA test on him, and see what we find, because he's almost certain at this point he wants to seriously believe that more than likely he has some kind of wolfhound in him. Um, with the way his coat is, it doesn't state poodle. And the people are adamant that these dogs are husky and poodle mix. Um, it doesn't scream husky at all, like at all, and definitely not poodle. I mean, there's a poodle-esque kind of look to him, but he's just so robust in the face and in the body build. Um, something else we pulled out of them was that we think that the his mom is actually a Rottweiler mix. Um, we were told something in the beginning that didn't add up, and so we pushed a bit more, and got some information just recently. Pushed and got some other information that mom was Rottweiler mix. We're not sure with what, but we're pretty sure that dad isn't what they're saying. They're saying dad is a poodle husky mix, nothing else, just a poodle and husky mix. Mom was a poodle, dad was a husky. And that's what his dad is, a poodle husky mix. Um, and then if you look at his dad and his uncle from the same litter, right? So two male dogs from the same litter. The one male dog from the litter that sired him, uh, he looks exactly like the other male. Genetics are funny like that. His dad is got the black fur, so he's like a black coat with a bit of grayish color, like bearding on him, but like he's a black coat and got blue eyes. Crazy hair, the way Toby's hair is, that crazy weird textured hair that's going on, which by the way is not poodle. um, Poodles have hair that has to be cut, and it's usually pretty curly. um, Toby has hair that has to be cut. Like, let's be real, this dog needs seriously needs a haircut. He went from having really soft kind of fur, or hair, to now it feels very, very rough. It's a very rough, like terrier type texture. It's not soft. It's not curly and whatnot. I mean, it's got a lot of crazy to it, but it's not like tight little, like what you would expect from a poodle. Um, which is where the vet was like, I mean, it could just be because he has, those genetic mixes in there, but the vet is pretty certain at this point because of just his size alone. And the vet is also the same vet that sees multiple of his litter. He said Toby's the biggest of the litter, of the four of them that he sees. So he sees four of them altogether, Toby and three others. Toby's brother, the one that all of us were like, oh my gosh, he's so, like, he had like the flat fur, right? He had like what you'd expect, like on a pit bull's body. So like no fuzzy hair at all, just very smooth type, really, really short hair, kind of like Tonks's hair. Very small in comparison to him, like without a doubt, there's no comparison. He is huge. And every time we come in, the vet is just like, I see his other siblings, and there's another one in the litter that's a female that looks exactly like Toby. She's nowhere near that size at all. She's so tiny. And they were like, there's got to be something else in the litter. Like, there's got to be something else in the bloodline that isn't being disclosed, because, yeah. So apparently, mom of these guys were not born on the property of the people that actually gave them out. So the person who owns the father does not own the mother. He took said sire over to whatnot, and they did a backyard breeding. We did not know this at the time. This is stuff we are now learning. So they're just backyard breeding just because. And so according to them, I mean, if that's what's been going on, so technically, I mean, the only thing that tells me that's Toby's dad by that guy is because Toby looks exactly like the dad's brother. So like his uncle for all intents and purposes. He looks like his uncle Thor. Now, when I questioned them about this, he said there's no way Thor could be their dad or his dad because Thor was not even in the same state at the time that the litter was made. He didn't live with them. Thor belongs to, I guess, a family member or whatever. But then again, at this point, with the fact that we keep getting little bits and pieces of information, I almost don't want to believe the fact that they're like keep repeating themselves that Thor could not possibly be the dad. But Thor is huge. Okay, let's be real. If you put Thor next to Wolfgang, who is supposedly Toby's dad, Wolfgang is nowhere near as big as Thor. Thor is massive. He is huge like Toby is. Very well built, just a big dog, and they look identical, by the way. You'd think they copy pasted, like they took Thor and just copy pasted and made Toby. Toby is now the same size as Thor is at full grown. So yeah, very big pup. So we've been kind of like trying to figure this out with them because I just, I don't know if anybody else out there just kind of, you get suspicious of something or you hear information and you're just like, I don't know. Because they're trying to tell us that this is Toby's dad. Okay. So this is supposed to be Toby's dad. They're saying that is a poodle husky mix. Now I've looked up poodle husky mixes online to kind of see like, what could you get? And you could get something that looks a bit like that. I'm not quite sure though. So these are some of the other pups in the litter. I don't want to show this person's face, so I'm gonna kind of move that upward. Can we do it like that? So this is one of the other puppies in the litter, right? So no long hair, no curly hair, no nothing. The way this person is holding this puppy, jeez Louise. Let's see here. Where's that other one that, what's his name, showed? Okay, so, and then this was one of the other ones in the litter as well. So just, really just short kind of hair. I would have thought that this was a pit bull mix puppy, just because. And then see if I can do this without showing. Oh my God, how do I do this without showing her face? Oh, geez, that's a really bad photo. No, you can't really tell me that. Let's go to one of the other ones that they have. Because those are horrible photos. Come on, guys. Trying to find the picture. Like this is. Yeah, this is the other dog that they decided to breed. Good Lord. They all need to just quit doing that, by the way. Get your pets spayed and neutered, please. Toby gets neutered next month. So he gets neutered in January. Where is that picture at? I have a really good photo that they took of him with the boys. See if I can find it in here. Every time I do this, I always end up finding it after the fact. So where is it at? It's a vet picture from the vet office. There it is. So this is Toby's uncle and dad together, or so they said. So this is Thor and Wolfgang. This is when they were still pups. But they're saying that's Toby's dad. That's his uncle. He looks just like Toby. So yeah, I'm not quite sure anymore at this point. Though Toby could get the genetics and look like his uncle because that's how genetics work. Like you can look like a family member without having like a direct link to that person. Like, you know, that like he could still look like Thor, but not have been a product of Thor. But yeah, him and Thor look a lot alike. Thor looks a lot more poodle-esque than any of them. He's got that very poodle-y type hair, whatnot. So he definitely has a lot more what we would think is poodle in him. But yeah. So I don't know. I just know that I don't think we have all the information about what breed he is and what mixes he might be because he is so big and still growing. Of course, still growing. He's just a baby and he's still going. So we've got a while. And what time is it? 8:30. So probably going to call it a night. I was waiting to see if he was going to wake up, but it's way past his bedtime now. So he'd be done for the night. I'm going to lay back. I put a playlist together for tonight for the watch later list because I found some videos. I'm like, I need to catch up on a couple things. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lay back, watch a couple things, and hopefully fall asleep for a bit because I'm exhausted and need some sleep. So you guys are awesome. I cannot wait for Christmas to get here so you guys can sit with me and do the puzzles and everything. I cannot wait. It's going to be so cool. You guys are fantastic. I'll see you guys later.